When my wife screamed, "The baby isn't yours anyway," it was like the whole room froze. I didn't yell back. I didn't throw anything. I just stared at her because deep down, I feared she was telling the truth. But instead of arguing, I walked over to the kitchen drawer, pulled out the envelope I'd been hiding for 3 days, and dropped it on the counter between us. The DNA results. Still sealed. Still capable of blowing up our entire marriage. She went pale instantly because she didn't know I already had it. And when I finally tore it open, her knees buckled. But that wasn't the real shock. The real shock was who the father actually was. My name is Jim. I'm 32, married to Alyssa, and we've been together for 5 years. On paper, we look for solid, stable careers, a cozy home, and a marriage that seemed boring in a healthy way. But 3 months ago, the cracks started showing. It wasn't dramatic at first. She guarded her phone. She worked late more often. She laughed at messages she wouldn't let me see. I kept telling myself I was imagining it, that I was being insecure, that she was just stressed from the pregnancy. But then came a night she slipped and called me by the wrong name. Not Babe, not Jim, a full-grown man's name I'd never heard her use in her entire life. And when I confronted her that night, she didn't apologize, she attacked. "Why are you so paranoid? You think you're even the father?" That sentence stuck to my ribs. It changed everything inside me. For the next few weeks, I lived with quiet suspicion, silent, growing, exhausting. Every little thing became a clue. Every smile she hid behind her phone. Every late shift. Every sudden shower when she came home. My brain was running marathon laps I didn't sign up for. Then, one night, she forgot her phone was unlocked on the couch. Not messages. Not photos. A contact saved under a fake name. Paula, HR. I didn't even know a Paula existed at her job. I opened the conversation, and every message tore a rip through my chest. Him, can't stop thinking about you. Her, I know. I wish he weren't home tonight. Him, I still can't believe he thinks the baby is his. The last one almost made me throw up. I didn't scream. I didn't wake her. I didn't even cry. I just sat there and realized my entire life might be built on a lie. But here's where the story twists. I didn't leave the house that night. I didn't confront her. Instead, I started acting normal. Almost too normal. Because something in her messages told me this was bigger than cheating. All I saw was the name saved as Paula, but never a real name. Never a face. Never a place. And I needed more than assumptions. I needed the truth to hit her so hard she couldn't spin it. So I played dumb. I kissed her goodbye. I cooked her dinner. I rubbed her feet. And while she thought I was falling deeper, I was collecting every clue she dropped. Her prenatal appointment dates. Her routes to work. Her shifts. Even her moods. It felt sick pretending everything was okay. But I needed the perfect moment. Then came the day my coworker pulled me aside and said, "Dude, why is your wife getting into a car with some guy after work every Thursday?" I couldn't breathe, but I still didn't confront her. Instead, I bought a DNA test. Not because I wanted to catch her, but because I needed proof strong enough to silence every lie she might try to bury me under. I took the swab samples while she slept. She was 8 months pregnant, so the test didn't require touching her. It was a non-invasive extraction from my end. Mail in. Anonymous. Fast. While waiting for results, I finally decided to follow her after work. My heart was punching holes in my ribs the entire drive. I kept telling myself, maybe it's innocent. Maybe it's nothing. But when she walked out of her office and slipped into a dark gray sedan and kissed the driver like she was starving, something in me broke clean in half. He wasn't some faceless guy. He was someone I recognized. Someone she told me was just a co-worker she barely knew. His name was Ethan. Tall, confident, leaning toward her as if she belonged to him. I watched him drive off. I didn't chase. I didn't cry. I just whispered, "It's him. It has to be him." But the real twist came 2 days later. The DNA test arrived. Still sealed. Still sitting in my drawer. I wasn't ready to open it yet. Because part of me still hoped I was wrong. That weekend was hell. Every sound she made irritated me. Every excuse she gave felt like acid on my skin. She noticed I was distant and tried to hug me. I stiffened. She asked if something was wrong. I lied. She smiled, like everything was normal, and that hurt even worse. because she had no idea I knew. On Sunday night, she said something that pushed me off the cliff completely. She stood in the hallway, hand on her belly, and said, "Babe, I don't know how much longer I can hide this from you." My heart stopped. I waited, frozen. She sighed dramatically. "I want to tell you the baby's gender. I've been keeping it secret so we could have a cute reveal later." That moment shattered me. She didn't mean the affair. She meant the gender. She was hiding the wrong truth, the one I didn't even care about. I went into the bathroom, locked the door, and cried until my eyes burned. Not loud, not dramatic, just silent, exhausted sobbing. "He's not mine," I told myself. "She's carrying another man's child." The test was still sitting in the drawer, burning a hole in my world. But I couldn't open it alone. I needed her to see it, to watch the truth land, to feel what it meant to break someone who trusted her completely. So I waited. And on Tuesday night, the perfect storm finally hit. We were arguing about bills, something petty, and out of nowhere, she snapped. "Why do you care so much? The baby isn't even yours anyway." Silence. Cold. Heavy. Dead silence. She froze, realizing what she'd just said. I didn't move. Then I walked to the drawer and grabbed the envelope. I laid the envelope on the counter. She stared at it as if it were a live bomb. What is that?" Her voice cracked. "The truth," I said. She shook her head violently. "Jim, no, please, don't open that." But I was already tearing it open. Hand steady, heart dead. I unfolded the paper slowly. She kept whispering, please don't," and then I read it. The breath left my lungs instantly. Not from relief, not from pain, from pure confusion. Because the result didn't say excluded. It didn't say not the father. It said there was a 99.999% probability of paternity. I blinked. Read it again. And again. I was the father. I looked up at her. She was shaking, crying, sliding down a cabinet. No, that's impossible," she whispered. She had genuinely believed the baby wasn't mine. She had told him, Ethan, that it wasn't mine. She had built her whole double life around that assumption. And she was wrong. The baby was mine, and the affair was real. But the next twist was worse. She admitted everything through ugly, panicked sobs. Not just the cheating, not just the lies, but the reason she thought the baby wasn't mine. I didn't think we were intimate close enough to the conception date," she stuttered. "But he and we had just made more sense." She gambled our entire marriage on a hunch, on her affair, on the timeline she assumed was true. She wasn't just unfaithful. She had rewritten reality to fit the story she wanted. And when the truth didn't match her fantasy, she collapsed. I didn't scream. I didn't hit anything. I didn't even cry. I just told her one sentence. "You almost destroyed our child's life before it even started." She begged me to stay, to forgive her, to go to counseling. But something in me had gone cold. Not angry, not hateful, just done. She moved out 2 weeks later. Ethan tried to contact me once. I blocked him. My daughter was born healthy, beautiful, perfect, and I love her more than anything in this world. We're navigating co-parenting with a lawyer's help. And trust me, the court did not look kindly on her behavior, her relationship timeline, or the chaos she created. In the end, she lost primary custody. She lost the fantasy life she built. She lost the man she cheated with. And she lost the version of me that ever would have forgiven her. Sometimes people tell me I'm lucky the baby was mine. But luck isn't the word I'd use. Because now I know the truth. Some betrayals don't just break a marriage. They rebuild a man into someone stronger. And just when I thought my story ended here, let's just say another secret showed up in my inbox last week. One that changes everything all over again.